I want to see how much that she can come towards the team fights. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you into the land of dawn. Here we go. It's a match number one. HORAA Esports versus Sleep Type lineup. Who is the team which will go forward? Would love to know. And with that, Kinder Joy already picking up a bit of a damage on himself.
That's what. So, welcome to the land of Dawn here, and we'll be seeing an immediate person.
See, you guys can also make your first blood predictions as well because both of the teams do have like a good amount of OP to that. Looking quite low. That would be Bob for you. First blood already secured. But wait a minute, Yahiko though already into Venom PZ's jungle area.
Yep, gonna be the invade coming in. And that's the advantage of having a Fanny and also the Garokaja Kimi combo, right? You get a taunt, you get immobilized, you can keep constantly invading. Venom though, he does manage to secure the blue and also takes down the Fanny. Thankfully, that Hilda pick really did work out for them there. And that's going to be a score equalizer for both of the teams.
Okay, 1 for 1 as of now. They know they have to, get a bit of a, lane freeze. But oh, Mazarap, is he gonna lose life? He does have the vengeance, but wait a minute, popping the vengeance, trying to take a bit of a damage. That or vengeance of the right time will be saving his life. But what about the gold shield? I feel like the gold shield gonna be popped off. Oh, looks like HORAA Esports also wants to jump in.
Yep, that's gonna be a jump in indeed, and Garukaja will be securing a kill on the skull this time. Johan is on to the marksman. I'm a bit surprised about that, and that too the Moskov. So he, let's see, the Moskov pick needs to farm up. If he can farm up and position well on the late game, then it might work up. But until then, he needs to play really safe because the Freya, the Fanny, the Garukaja, everyone will be jumping on him every single time in the team fight.
That is true. That is definitely true. And onto the team fights as well. Sweet Fight lineup have been very active as of now. But on the same note, I really love how HORAA Esports are just jumping around quickly. Oh, Bobe though, he just went in for such a low HP. That was just a good close call for him, but not for Mazarap into the bottom lane. He loses against Piaz. That would be the Sora for you. It's gonna be an easy push, but I feel like the turtle's gonna be quite important. But wait a minute. Did they just take Yahiko down? Yes, Kinderjoy next onto the chopping block, trying to avoid it along with Bob, who just jumps up. I don't think they will be successful taking down Fanny's blue, but Turtle definitely.
Yup, Sleep Tide gets the turtle here. That's gonna be a good zone coming in from these two teams. And obviously, Sleep Tide is gonna secure that. And they also get the lead for themselves. That's gonna be an early 1k lead into their hands, which means that it's going to buy Moskov some time to farm up. Oh no, the fight at the buff page here has the damage, but can he really get the kill is the question. He's going to be caught out alone in the middle of 3 people, and CC of course has a lot of damage to take them out. Rough Wave not going to be hitting anybody, but now he's going to be very vulnerable to Yahiko, to that Fanny who still has enough energy to try and go in for and pick off.
That's true. That's true. On top of that, Yahiko jumps in. He's trying to deal some damage. On top of that, okay, the immobilization is just too much for them. Bob, that setup was very good. At least they have taken down Venom PZ in that fight. As of now, Sleep Type lineup, they are struggling a bit. The goal gap is coming up quite good, but Golly gone. My goodness, he's able to solo towards the top lane very well, but now he's aware the team enemy opponents are coming in.
Clearly enough, Sleep Tight here. They are trying to gain some advantage onto this map. They do have a bit of that goal lead. But oh hey, yeah, he did manage to get the gut through it, but thankfully Pine had his passive, but right now they're going in for a little bit more. Phantom Steam gonna be used up by Ben TZ. He's looking for an engage, but he knows that he cannot go in for one until and unless his team is there to give him backup. And right now Sleep Tight is near Traction Pulse. Pine is going to dodge it by himself. But hey, Page here. He needs to look for a little bit of a setup at the next turtle fight.
They need it as of now, given the fact that these few hundreds still matter a lot. But let's see. As of now, it's just Johan farming up quite well. I think Johan as well as Freya are really on the same plane, making sure to get those items very quickly. I don't see much of a level difference as well. But mid lane, I feel like the team fight is gonna brew in quite soon enough. While Sora also there.
Yep, that's gonna be an engage. Alright, Masarap is going to deal quite some more damage onto Skull. He still has the curtain call if he wants to go in for an engage, but hey, that's gonna be Sora getting a knock up onto Kinderjoy, stopping his ultimate so many times. The AOG will not be
Oh.
casted, and the Garokacha is going to fall, but yeah, Hiko does manage to secure the turtle, so that's gonna be a neutralizer. 200 gold, 200 gold trade, but the turtle buff does prove to be useful sometimes. And Yahiko's cables are so on point onto that Hilda. But hey, Johanna's gonna sneak away a turret, so that puts Sleep Tide at an advantage once again.
Sleep type lineup. They are opening up the map as quickly as possible, and on top of that, they know they are trying to play into the bit of a late game, trying to give Johan the space to farm up as well. Now, Johan also knew that after this kind of team fight, oh, sad enough, Mazarab as well as Piaz will be taken out. Yahiko jumps in, trying to pick up the crumbs. That would be Skull, who thus gets attacked so badly. Gonigon jumps into the turret, taking so much damage, goes in for Johan for the flicker. Gonigon still trying to deal damage, but that will be the Pine who gets lane. Kinderjoy onto the turret, stand up against the wall. That would be Venom TZ. That is just too much damage as of now.
Definitely gonna be a lot of damage coming in from both the teams. A 2-for-2 trade, but the goal lead is tending slightly in favor of HORAA. But look at that replay. Skull was caught out so very low. Cutthroat came in onto Clutch, but it hit Pine, who got his HP back from the passive. But here, Freya dived in too deep, took the turret damage, but managed to take down one. But here, Moskov and Venom, they managed to get a kill back in return for themselves. I think it was a 3-4-2 trade, and that's why HORAA has that 250 goal lead into their hands right now.
That's true. Mid lane focus is there. Hora Esports are already up into the mid lane, making sure that they don't lose it. Now, on top of that, I feel like Gonigon also is going to make his move. Now, this is the time we are already at the mid game. The teams are going to open up the map while having Yahiko the advantage. Oh my goodness, this is what I was worried about. Sohan, and yep, that happens. Kinderjoy makes an EOG play into the middle lane, but it will be dissipated as quickly as possible.
Yep, definitely. And HORAA Esports here will be trying to get that turtle for themselves. All 5 members are present, and I don't think that STL can possibly try and compete this because, hey, they do not have any kind of control. And look at Skull, is going to get caught once again. Let's see.
Not good though. I
Not good.
mean, you're a front laner. Obviously, you're gonna get caught up. But on top of that, you need to be there, making sure that the enemy opponents are going in for the back lanes, but back again with the items. Johan is farming up quite well, and I think one more items would be proving him that he would be jumping into the team fights quickly. But okay, Venom into the bottom lane against Bob as well as Goni Goni. He's taken in too much damage. The taunt from the Katakacha was just a nail on the coffin, and there you go. He will be taken down. But oh, there is a bit of a backup. Oh, backup for this Venom, but it's just Kinderjoy popping up the revitalize, just making sure that they are not going in before they get their skills up.
Exactly so. Right now, Sleep Tide lineup, they are trying to do well and try and mark down Masara, but it's not really going so well for them right here. But there we go. Pete gets the Thunder Fist right on. Masara is going to get taken out finally. That was a 3v3, but only the CC falls. Even after using the Vengeance, a bit of an unfortunate situation for HORAA. They still have the goal lead, but they need to watch out for that Moskov coming in clutch into the late game.
I agree, but look at them. They are waiting for the turret to fall down. It's going to be a bit of an easy, but Yahiko, on the other hand, is taking members down one by one. Pia's looking quite low. I don't think he's going to go in right in front of Gon, who's just being a monster as of now with that kind of a high damage. But at the same time, I don't like how Johan is just, all alone in his lane as of now into the mid.
Yep, HORAA Esports do still have that mid control, and Ironically enough, both the teams have equal amount of turrets, and now with Lord coming up, each team needs to find a way to contest that Lord. The first Lord might be a big deciding factor because it's going to chunk down a lot of turrets, but they also need to protect the Moscow at the same time. Oh no, mid side though, Sora getting caught out quite a lot. Escapes with the Thunderfist form. Yaiko still going in for the seal cable. Is going to get the mega kill, but now he's out of energy. Leomord still has the Phantom Steed. Will try to go in for a bit of a chase, but Masarap comes into clutch, slows him down, protects his teammate, but the Spirit of Destruction misses by an inch. But gone onto the mid side will find Pine right under the tier 2 while taking down the mid lane for themselves. The Lord should be taken away by HORAA Sports.
Why did Pine come up again? Why? I'm not quite sure. Like, even without the ultimate, there was like a very little chance you could have casted your skill a bit, 1 centimeter away from Gone, but that was just not the case. They just lost the map control, they just lost the mid lane, and they just lost the Lord as well. The Lord marching down very quickly from the mid lane, but it's Johan versus Yahiko, and who's gonna win? It is unstoppable for Yahiko.
That's the pick of power. Oh yeah, he got onto that fan, even onto the bot side. Skull is getting marked down, uses the bush to get his passive. Curtain Call will be onto Page as well as him. But can they defend this Lord is the question. Because onto the top, Gunnigan is going to be pushing forward with the tier 2 getting taken down for the side of HORAA Sports. They are pushing forward as much as they possibly can with just one Lord, that too the first Lord of this game. Heavenly Blessing is still present though, so they can quite possibly defend this, but the Lord charge does still hit the turret.
Crazy, look at them. They've managed to save up the inhibitor, which is again a very important thing. But wait a minute, Yahiko, he goes in for Skull. That's a cutthroat for him. Skull will be taken down. AOG along with Piach making a set. Gonigon will be taken down. There's just too much stun. Now Venom, he is getting stunned up. Yahiko with no energy goes back. You have Bob onto the bottom lane, still trying to deal damage. Kinderjoy onto the other hand. Oh no, Horsey for Venom just means that he has to go back. Oh, okay. Bob all alone trying to make a play, but yep, he knows he has to back off as well.
Definitely so, and now HORAA Sports, they just need to maintain their lead at 6k in their favor. And Sleep Tide, they are just not being able to give the Moscow the space he needs, and that has been the entire issue. And also the Kadita pick, I don't really think he can burst down anybody right now at this point. Even if the Sora gets a 5-man setup. Oh no, look at Yahiko's position. He's gonna go in for a wall spam. He gets the wall spam with Venom TZ, but not enough sacks or damage to take down the Leomord. But that's a massive chunk of damage that is going to be dealing.
That is true. That is true. Like, I mean, come on. You getting out of 1v3 situation, that is very, very brilliant as of now. And doing that, so just making sure that not falling down right before the Lord, that is also another important thing for you and your team to keep up the gold lead that you have. The gold gap that they just have created against Sleep Tight lineup is working out so well, and it is onto their favor, definitely. So let's see how they will be trying to capitalize the Lord once again, while Sleep Tight lineup has to contest for this Lord.
See how it goes. But Yahiko is getting marked a lot. Skull manages to sustain it though. And if these little mistakes end up, accumulating at the same time, but Gonigon's positioning, and no one spotted him. I mean, Skull should be used to he knows these kind of positionings come into clutch. Johan gets the wind. Oh, the wind of nature is going to be hurting a lot onto the Freya. She has to flicker out herself. Masarab also getting chunked down. Oh no, the Moskov getting chased on. The vengeance will be used up onto the backside. Yahiko gets shut down by Pine, but Bobe still going in for a bit of a fight. Gonigon takes down Page, and now they are trying to mark down Johan in the middle of it. His positioning is just too deep. The wind of nature can't save him this time. 3 down from the side of Sleep Tight, a lineup. They found the shutdown onto 2, but they gave the lives away of 4. Definitely not the best of trades with the Lord up there. And now they are definitely going to have to re-strategize.
Oh my goodness, what a game. Like what a team fight that they have just given us, one by one they did make sure to mark it down. They did make sure to get the main members down. Look at the Yahiko down, Bob down. That just means that they were able to fight back, but in that manner they used up so much that they themselves had to go back towards the base. 4 for 2, not a good trade. Horai Esports wins up the trade once again, but this time around the Lord is gonna come in. The Lord's gonna be something that they have to see. As of now, the lane clearance is into the hands of Johan as well as Piaz, who has to make sure to give the space for Johan to, give make sure Johan is in a very comfortable spot, because Yahiko constantly is marking Johan. And even if it's not Yahiko, there comes the threat of Bob as well. Now, itemization wise, yup, even though Skull has a lot of, tanky items, it's just too much. Look at that.
Definitely gonna be engaged coming in. Moskov this time around does have a bit of a space he needs, but the pressure is too much for anybody to handle. That's a Moskov, and that's gonna be a mania for Bobby. He tries to go in for the Savage, but Gunny Gun is going to steal it away from his hands, and HORAA Esports after a very tough fight right there from